Hi student, how should I choose the internship company? Usually students will ask me this question, and there are a few things that they would like to ask. So whatever that I can remember, I will tell you in this video. For example, students may ask, should I choose big company or small company? Because big company, you will be able to have a better reputation in terms of your resume, because when you write your so-called experience in your resume, it may look nicer, right? And then some students, they prefer small company because they thought maybe it is not that stressful. Now, I would like to say, whether you go to big company or whether you go to small company, you will learn different things. I would say like this. And in fact, not only big versus small, every different company that you go, you will basically learn different things because of the different opportunities you may have, and also the different nature of business perhaps. Generally, big company, you will have the chance to try some new technology or the new kind of like trend in the business world. Like for example, if let's say we are talking about the ESG reporting, something like our IFRS S1 and S2, you may have the chance to have a better look at it if you join big audit firm, for example. And it's not to say that small audit firm, they don't have it, but maybe they do not have much exposure as compared to big audit firm. You may have a chance to try out some new technologies in the big firms, something like software maybe to help you to organize your work properly, or something like a new ways of doing things, a new so-called procedures in doing things. Perhaps you will have the chance to do this, right? Then how about small company? For small company, usually people will say you are not that specialized. You got to like you got to handle a few aspects in the small company itself. It is not something bad because you will be able to see the whole picture. I do have some students come back to me saying that because they handle different departments, they will be able to see how each department's link to one another. I think this is quite a good discovery. If you can see the whole picture, then you will be able to know how your work affect people and how others' work affect you as well. So I would say this is quite a good exposure if you actually join a small company. And we also have student. He came to me and he said that he joined a small company with very good result. Actually, he has very good result, but because he joined a small company, he will be able, he was able to experience something like helping a temple to do the audit or to do the accounts, helping a small company, a small maybe mechanic, to perform the accounting or something like this. And he feels quite interesting because the way they manage invoices compared to the big company will be totally different. So how can you actually get the invoices, which largely may not be complete, usually will be incomplete? How can you get all these invoices and try to make the account for your so-called clients? So I think this is quite interesting to me. When I hear about it, I think it's quite interesting, right? So whether you join big company or small company, you have different exposure. You have different exposure. And remember that when you join internship, it is not like forever you have to work over there. So you can still make your choice when you graduate, right? But internship will give you an exposure of what is it all about. So that's the first question that students will ask me, whether big or small company. Then the second question is students will ask me whether they should join audit firm or whether they should join commercial line. Now again, the same points applies. It does not mean that when you join the company, you will need to work there forever. So even if you join, for example, audit firm, and you feel like, okay, after I graduate, I don't want to go in audit firm anymore, it's your choice. No issue, it's your choice. So whether you join audit firm or whether you join commercial line, it will be, again, have different exposure. You will have different exposure and you will see different culture. Right? Generally, people always say that if, let's say, you still have no idea whether you should go for, whether you want to go for the audit line accountant's line, professional accountant's line, or you would like to become a finance manager and climb the corporate ladder. If let's say you do not have idea, generally people will advise to go into audit firm, because when you go into audit firm, the experience that you gain is recognized when you join the commercial line. So that is where you will get the benefits, get the advantages, and at the same time when you join audit line, you will be able to get exposure of different companies because you have different clients. So that is the general advice. But there is no right or wrong whether you join audit firm or whether you join commercial line. Because, like for example, for some multinational company, they are considered commercial line. For some multinational company, they still will give you a chance to have different exposure because they have this rotation basis, or they have this rotation so-called policy. So you will be able to see different departments, how they work, and how this department link to each other. So you will be able to still have a chance to get hold of different functions. So that is another types of exposure, I would say. And the culture, I believe the culture will be different between firms and also commercial line. So it really depends on not only your interest, I would say, but what actually comes to you at the moment when you are ready to go for it. So the one thing that I would like to mention, I wrote an article before. I wrote a post before, but it was in Mandarin some years ago. But I still want to mention one more thing, one more time, is that there is no choice that we consider as like right choice, so-called. I mean, we won't know whether the choice is right to go before we actually go for it, right? How to classify right choice, so-called? To me, the right choice is at the moment when you are given the choices, right? When you are given the offer, given the opportunity, and at the moment with all your consideration, at the point of time when you are considering the job, you make the choice that you think is the best to go for. That will be the right choice. And also, how to define right choice? We can add on to say that the right choice is the one that you feel, okay, I want to go for this, I want to try this. Because you want to go for it, you go for it. That will be a right choice for you. So I would say like this. So whether you go for small firm or big firm, whether you go for firms or commercial line, you will have your own way of, getting exposure, and you will have your own way of excelling from your line. So if we have made a choice and we realize that we don't like it, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. We can choose it again after we graduate. Even after you graduate, you join as permanent and you work for 2 years, you feel like, no, this is not the place I want. You can always change again, right? So instead of keep stressing whether it is a right thing to do, you want to get all the facts to make sure you actually make a right choice, so-called. You redefine what is right. What does it mean by right? Right? And remember, every choice, without you going through, you will not know whether it is right or wrong. Right? It's only after you have gone through, you go into it, you experience it, then only you will be able to tell whether it is right or wrong. So I hope this will help you.